So a couple weeks ago, we reacted to a video by Omizi entitled Gen Z Kids Can't Read. Now, apparently, it's even worse now. Now, the adults, the people who raise the next generation, they can't read themselves. So we're going to react to this video, guys. We're going to see what's going on. We're going to see what's going on with the community, why people can't read. But before we get into the video, you know what you should do. You know what you should do. I'm going to give you 3 seconds. Let's get into it, man.
Read the index card. The DOT had a promotion of the independent.
The deity had a premonition of the impending cataclysmic event. I don't think this makes sense. The deity had a premonition of the impending cataclysmic event.
And then Ackles Smile event. Hold on.
Yeah, put the glasses up.
What does it say? The Diddy had a promotion of the independent. What's this? Calislays Mike event.
She wore a silly hoe of clothes that were extraordinary but somewhat gauche.
But the dictionary had a promotion monetary of the impending catastrophic event.
It starts at home. It starts at home. It starts at home. Well, what if they can't read at home too? Just about a month ago, a viral trend was going around where a kid took a note card to his classmates and asked them to read a sentence that most high schoolers should know how to read. Now, it went viral for their inabilities to read it properly, sound things out, and people were questioning the school systems and what's going on with the youth of today. And the age-old sentiment of it starts at home came up again. But nobody really asked, can the people at home even read?
The deity had a premonition of the impending apocalyptic event.
Jesus. And these are the baddies you be chasing. They can't even read. These baddies you be chasing, gents, they can't read. They can't read to save their lives. She said apocalyptic, yet it's cataclysmic. You double texting these hoes. This is what you guys are doing. Triple texting these girls, calling them, they're not answering you. Calling them again, they're not answering you. Calling them again, she's still not answering you.
Deity had a premonition of the impending apocalyptic event. Me, academic and visual.
Jesus Christ. Let's see what my sister's talking about. The menu accommodated individuals with extraordinarily restrictive dietary preferences.
You can't read some big old words. The ethical restriction they add to perfectionist preference.
People are always, and I do mean always, criticizing kids for sticking their heads in the phones, the tablets, not being able to do simple math, not being able to read. But I'm here to tell you that those same kids grow up and they have kids. If you couldn't read as a kid, then you damn sure won't be able to read as an adult. Yes. And that same index card phenomenon that swept the nation that proved that kids can't read is proving that adults can't read too. If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's gonna go a long way for the channel and a long way for the community.
Bro. Me too. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, gents.
I'm gonna put an index card here with a little sentence, and if you can't read it, you've gotta hit subscribe, and we're gonna bring you along this literacy journey together. Now,
listen, I'm subscribed already. I don't have to read that.
the video. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna laugh at a couple spots in this video, but I don't think that none of this stuff is funny at all. The thing that we didn't take into consideration when that last viral index card trend was going around is that these were high school age students, people who are just mere years away from doing major events like drinking, smoking, and voting in an election. Those people were 1 to 2 years removed of being 18 years old, and they had the reading level of somebody who was in 5th or 6th grade. Now, surely they wouldn't be able to catch up on the grade level that they were supposed to be reading at upon graduation. So it becomes abundantly clear that it's not just the kids who have some sort of issue when it comes to reading and writing and literacy skills. That same 17-year-old that couldn't read an index card that was on a 10th grade level yesteryear is going to become an 18, 19, and 20-year-old who can't read that same index card tomorrow. What I'm trying to get you to understand is if you go outside, studies say that 54% of US citizens can't read above a 6th grade level. 21% of these same people
Bro, 1
are
and 2. 1 1 in 2 is crazy, bro. 1 in 2. Yes.
Functionally illiterate. Guys, the adults can't read.
Mandatory thesauruses and dictionaries for everyone. Cataclysmic, deity, premonition. I don't understand why we don't understand those words as adults. Now, maybe middle school, elementary, that'll be a fun little challenge. But as an adult,
I know the guy's name, but he's been going around having people read. And I'm just like, bro, the literacy rate in America is
Just
that low.
astonished that people attempted.
Like, how you can't read that?
Being an American that can actually read above a 4th grade reading level is becoming almost a non-existent thing. The literacy rates in America are absolutely...
On that side, Chance? What are you doing, blood? You can't read. Well, you might need to come back to the motherland, bro. Get you back to the traditional ways. You can't read, blood. Smack. Bro, back in the day, man, I used to get smacked, bro. My parents were not playing with me. They made sure I read, bro. And they could read, so I was good, bro. I was lucky, dog.
Disgusting. I think it was 40 or 50% of adults can't read above a 4th grade level. But these people are like teachers, doctors, parents. They're raising kids and they can't even help those kids learn how to read because they themselves don't know how to do it.
The thing about kids not being able to read is that it's easy to ignore. They're in a high school or middle school classroom,
I'm gonna lie,
so
bro. High school, I'm sorry, you need to know how to read in high school, bro. Like, there's no excuses. High school, especially like grade 10, 11, you're matriculating and you can't read. It's like, dog, come on, man, come on, dog.
Of the day, it doesn't really matter to you. You go to work, you go and get some food, you go back to work, you come home, you watch your TV shows. But ultimately, if little Tommy is not able to read, then it really doesn't matter to you. But the problem is that these people are growing up to be functioning members of society. And that's probably why you're seeing a lot of issues in the customer service industry when you go to these gas stations and have to deal with cashiers, or when you can't get your damn correct change at a fast food drive-thru. The reason why is because these people simply can't read, write, or do math.
Hi, can I get 2 cheesy bean and rice burritos and 2 spicy potato tacos, no lettuce, extra chipotle? Thank you. Oh, never. 74 cents. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Give me 55 cents. Hey, yeah, the change was $9.74, but you only gave me 55.
Yeah, because we don't have we don't have quarters, we don't have pennies.
You don't have dimes?
No, we just have cents, and if I give you...
Or nickels? Like, we could have got closer to 70 at least. Okay.
Here you go, Queen.
Y'all are telling me you only have 1 nickel back there? This is 65. I need at least 1 more.
I give you 3 pennies.
You don't have another nickel.
Queen, what you gonna do with a nickel?
I'm gonna go pay for my Dunkin' Donuts is what I'm gonna do with a nickel.
Yo, bro, nah, listen, me personally, bro, if I get... I don't know how much, like, pennies and nickels are, but, like, me, let's say someone gives me change, right? And they give me change that is short. Would I? It depends how much short. Like, if it's like 1 rand, 2 rand short, I might just walk away. But like, don't be giving me 10 rand short, 20 rand short. Nah, bro, I might have to fight for that money still. I might have to take that 10 rand, 20 rand from your tip box right in front of you. I might have to snatch it. But like 1 rand, 2 rand, nah, bro, you can keep it. It's cool.
No, listen, the difference between 55 and 74 is 19 cents. I understand you're not going to give me 19 pennies, but like we could at least get to 70. Thank you. The way I had to beg from my change.
Wait, doesn't a cash register tell you exactly how much change that you're supposed to give somebody? Yeah, we are screwed as a society. Shouts out to that woman for keeping her composure, and I don't want anybody to really rag on the young woman. Yes, she was haggling and hassling this woman about giving her the change that she was rightfully due, but it's not her fault. She simply can't read. She can't do math. Hell, she doesn't.
Nah, bro, I'm gonna lie. Do you think it's the... I don't think you should be... If you're in the industry of like, you're in the cashier industry or like, you're involved with money, you need to be able to read, guys. Basic mathematics, at least. You don't have to know Pythagoras theorem, but just know that 20 plus 5 equals 25. Please. 5 times 4 is 20. Please, guys. 20 minus 6 is 14. Basic, easy ABCs. We're not telling you to calculate an algebraic equation. Just give me my fucking change. That's all I'm asking for.
know the coin denominations and how they total up to be 74 cents, I think is what the lady said. This is crazy. Now, this situation is manifesting itself in numerous different ways. This is why people get caught up with clickbait headlines and titles on different clip pages, articles, tweets, all these different things like that. This is why when you have discussions and conversations with people, you start to question yourself, wait, am I wrong in this conversation? You're probably not. This person in front of you probably just can't comprehend because they can't read. People are very much undervaluing how important literacy and simple school age understanding and learning is. And that's why this whole like anti-education movement that some people are putting out is so disgusting to me. We already are at an extreme disadvantage in this country. There should be no more rhetoric behind like anti-schooling and all these other things, but I digress. But what's not being really factored into—
Finish high school. From high school, do what you want then. From high school, I think it's optional. But please finish high school. That's all we're asking. Just matriculate.
This conversation is something that I touched on a little bit earlier. In the video that I put out a month ago about kids not being able to read.
Which I reacted to in my previous videos. I reacted to that video. Go check that out, bro.
Became clear as day to me why this is so terrible is because these kids were going to grow up to be adults. These adults were going to grow up to find partners. These people were going to procreate, and then they were going to have kids. And so who is going to be at home teaching these kids how to do simple math? Hell, how to do simple writing, how to do any of the homework? And it would be these same people who can't read.
So Koi got home today and her report card, these report cards are weird. I've never seen report cards like this before, but her handwriting score, all of them were 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So on this list, it says here, 1, not meeting standards at this time. 2, standards partially met, needs more time. 3, meet standards satisfactorily. So handwriting skills, print legibly using proper pencil grip. A 1. I mean, you holding it how you supposed to hold it. I don't understand how is that a 1. First name, a 1. Last name, a 1. Uppercase letters, lowercase letters. Okay, I understand she might get them mixed up. You see she only missed 3 right here for the uppercase letters, and she missed 5 for the lowercase letters. I mean, you know, they'll get it mixed up, but she knows her ABC. So I'm just trying to figure out, how did she score a 1?
Well, I can tell you how she got a 1, but you're not gonna like it. It's gonna be a quick and easy conversation, and it's gonna involve a mirror, and you're gonna be staring right at it, but you're not gonna like the outcome. I'm not here to mock baby girl in this situation. I think she's doing the best that she can. Hell, I didn't have the best handwriting in the world. But it's clear as day where the actual problem lies. It's these parents who are enabling this behavior because they don't know no better. It's clear that that baby has issues with her handwriting. Stop giving her them skinny pencils. Go to the store and pick up one of them big pencils. She can focus on her grip. I don't know. I guess the parents just don't do things that we were taught to do when we were coming up in school. And it becomes clear and evident to me that that is the case, because her solution to all of this isn't, well, maybe I should get some tutoring, maybe I should help her more. It's none of this. It's maybe I should remove her from the damn school.
And she knows how to write her first and last name. She knows how to spell her first and last name. It might not be the perfect handwriting, because my handwriting was horrible too. So I'm trying to figure out, like, what's really going on in the school. Like, I'm really about to change schools again.
What do you mean again? What do you mean change?
Accountability. Bro, that was not good handwriting. Listen, she's a child. I'm not gonna go on to it too much, but I don't know, man. But I don't know, bro. Even her letters, like, I even think we write letters differently, bro. Because if that N was wait, let me rewind that, bro. Let's see this piece of paper, bro. Because so I'm guessing her surname is Duncan. Yeah, Duncan. Koya Duncan. Bro, like, you see, like, where I'm at, right? That U is not a U, bro. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you're getting marked wrong, bro. That's not a U. And the N is not written properly. The Y, that's not... I don't know, man. Maybe it's just different, bro. American system and South African system is different. So, I'm just going to let her slide.
Last name. It might not be the perfect handwriting, because my handwriting was horrible too. So I'm trying to figure out, like, what's really going on in the school. Like, I'm really about to change schools again.
What do you mean again? What do you mean change schools again? How about teaching her something? I don't know. You running away from the issue by changing schools is not gonna do. I was a part of a county that sat next to another county that lost their accreditation, and those kids came over to our county's school system. And let me tell you something, a kid that can't read in one county that moves to another county is just another kid who can't read. If it wasn't evident that this mother couldn't teach, read, write, do math, or whatever whatever the case may be, up to the level of holding her child to a certain standard based off of that video. Her follow-up video where she wrote a note to the teachers at the school pretty much sums up the problem that we're having when adults can't read and trying to teach kids how to read, write, do arithmetic, and all that other stuff. Now, warning, this handwriting is pretty jarring.
Okay, so yesterday, y'all know that Koi got her report card. And I wrote the teacher a letter. Don't talk about my handwriting. I graduated high school and I did some college. So anyways, I asked.
Bro, a mother writing like this is nasty work. Man, I have to see, is she using a punctuation correctly, bro? Because, bro, I'm gonna lie. Firstly, she's writing a letter in pens. Using a pencil that looks like a pencil, gents.
Conference, and I asked for a change of classroom because I just feel like she's nitpicking with my daughter. It's been multiple occasions with her getting in trouble in the class.
Definitely a pencil, because you can see that certain things have been erased. Let's look there. That I've there. There's no punctuation on I've been having problems. No, man, this woman's handwriting is tired. I'm sure this took This took about 2 hours to make this. Miss Kid. A is not a word. I'm sorry, gents. A is not a word. Miss. The miss is, you're supposed to write the miss with the M isn't a big M, gents. I'm sure the M is big. That should be an uppercase big there. Miss Kid, I'm writing. The I is uppercase with the punctuation. I'm writing concerning Koya. Koya is supposed to have a punctuation before the S. Number, grades. What? I'm not understanding. What? There's no H on what? Nah. Oi. Yeah. Nah, he's right. Listen, Omizi. Subscribe to Omizi. He knows what he's talking about. She wrote, I'm not gonna lie. If I'm approaching a girl and I see her handwriting and she's got this type of grammar, I might have to break up with her still, bro. I might have to block her on IG. I might have to block on WhatsApp. Jesus.
For like the smallest things, the stuff is like really to me. I mean, like they're in kindergarten, they're still kids. So I requested a conference and she wrote back and said that I can come tomorrow. And she also got in trouble today in school. Says Koya had to sit with another teacher 2 times for not following directions. Okay. So, I mean, I sent the letter today and now all of a sudden she got in trouble. I mean, I really feel like it's like a little nitpicking going on.
You know, this is where's Dad? I won't lie, bro. Where's Dad? Where's Dad, bro? Dad needs to put some structure there, because I'm sorry, my sister. This letter was not gonna leave my household. I would have to grammar check this. This is nasty work. Oh my god. She wrote I with a small case I for like when she's referring to herself. She put the I in small case. Oh my god.
With this teacher. So I'm definitely going to the school tomorrow to see what's really going on.
Guys, look at this. What is that? I challenge you to go back, pause the video, look for all the grammatical errors, the punctuation errors, the misspellings of words. It's so tiring. Now, in this, she did say something that I thought was very, very interesting. And honestly, it explains how we got here today where these adults clearly can't read.
Don't talk about my handwriting. I graduated high school and I did some college, so.
For any of my international listeners / viewers of this channel, you might not understand this concept, but America does this thing where they pass people along. And this woman is clearly
indicating. They do that also here in South Africa, bro. They do that. I think, bro, they do that. Let me just say they do that. I'm not going to say what I've seen, but they do that. They take a learner where they'll be like, we don't know if he's ready yet, but they will just push him. Because the class will be getting full. Schools be overcrowded. They do that, bro.
This thing. Now, again, I don't have the best handwriting in the world. Would I write a letter to a teacher using pencil with so many grammatical errors, missing punctuation, all these other...
Pencil. Hi, bro. This is so that's not... Nah, bro. Pencil.
They misspelling words, all this other stuff like that. No, but as this woman is clearly stated in this video, for her whole life, she's just been passed along. She's graduated high school, she's done some college, and there's clearly been some sort of issue with her reading and writing ability. That's because America, for what it's worth, just passes people along.
I just watched a documentary featuring a man graduating high school who could not read. Then he graduated from college and he still couldn't read. Then he became a teacher and was a teacher for several years and he still couldn't read. The documentary is called The Truth About Reading, and no, this is not an ad. It is on Amazon Prime. It talks about how the American school system has been churning out people who cannot read for ages because so many schools are not set up to teach the way so many kids learn to read. So many brilliant adults in the US cannot read. An enormous amount of them are incarcerated, and it's completely preventable.
In 2001, the No Child Left Behind policy came in and it was a tornado. It was a whirlwind, and it was arguably one of the worst policies known to man. Schools were tasked with meeting annual progress reports based on standardized testing in reading and math, or they would face cuts in funding and the inability to put simple things like books, markers, pencils, crayons, and other stuff like that in their classrooms. While the purpose of this law aimed to achieve the closing of the achievement gap in classrooms, it also switched around schools' priorities. The goal wasn't to understand the material because somebody might understand the material less and it ultimately affect the final scores. The goal was to make sure that they passed these tests, make sure that kids weren't left behind, and make sure that they moved on to the next grade. But the adverse side effects of the No Child Left Behind policy are still being felt today, and they are detrimental.
Ask any teacher you know that No Child Left Behind policy was one of the biggest.
I might have to fast forward here because this has got nothing to do with me, bro. No child left behind, brother. I will fail you 6 times. If you can't read or write, you getting failed, blood. You'll be 15 years old in grade 2. Trust me. Don't let me be a principal of any school, bro. I will fail these niggas.
Sit down and teach them the basic steps of how to do something that they should have learned last year.
I was a teacher for 5 years. In that 5 years, I raised students' test scores anywhere between 2 to 10% in a given year, which maybe doesn't sound like a lot, but I cannot begin to tell you the amount of work that goes into being a teacher and trying to actually move a needle. So with all that hard work and all the effort on my part and the students' part and moving that 2 to 10% in a given year, I never saw in my career more than 42% of a class pass that state exam. And the reason is because that 2 to 10% that we moved the needle was 1 to 2 grades behind where the current state exam was. And at the end of the day, it didn't really matter because that kid was going to go on to whatever the next grade was, ready or not. Because although standardized testing was one of the ways that schools were held accountable to performance through No Child Left Behind, self-reporting was another measure. So yeah, maybe your test scores weren't that great, but your self-reported class achievements are fantastic, which is what wound up happening. I wasn't allowed to fail kids. So if you didn't turn in your homework assignment, if you did very poorly and didn't understand what was going on, it didn't matter.
And so now we're sitting in an era where the No Child Left Behind generation is having children, and they are displaying the inabilities to teach these kids at a proper age. These are the same parents who were so mad during the pandemic because they had to spend so much time with their kids. The kids were on Zoom classes asking for more and more answers to simple math questions. And the reason why these parents were getting so fed up is not because their kids were bad or anything like that, but it's because they didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to teach them. They didn't know how to guide them to the right answer. These are the same parents who are getting on the internet fighting for their right to not have to teach kids. I've literally seen videos online of people getting upset because they have to teach kids. They feel like I'm sending them to preschool. That's what they should be teaching them there, as if there's no work to be done at home.
Chat, is it just me or are these teachers not teaching, like, in the aspect of when the kids are in y'all care, like, you supposed to basically parent them, like, you know, they're in your care, do what you, like, basically do your job.
And then when you combine that with the AI generation that is coming up, you understand why we are getting these video snippets of people arguing in the streets and it's sounding like incoherent babble, these political rallies that people attend and they don't have good logic and reasoning when, you know, asked 2 or 3 questions. You see why these kids are in the shape that they are, why they can't read. And that's because the adults can't read either. I don't know what the solution is. You know, when I was younger, reading was
I
put.
don't know what the solution is. Simple, gents. Remove that act. Whatever that act was, gents, remove it. Make sure people read. Fail these people, bruh. Don't be too nice to certain people, bruh. If you can't read, you're not passing. Simple. If you don't get more than 60%, I'm sorry, my brother. I'm sorry, my sister. You're gonna redo your class. You redo that class 4 times until you get it right. If you can't, we take you to a special school. People don't want to be told anymore now. We just want to, let's just baby him to failure in the future. That's what people are doing now. But anyway, just let me not get too political, man. Listen, that was a cold video. I like that video. Actually, I like having topics like this where I talk about other things other than, dating and dating dynamics. But listen, gents, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace.